And I think that my computer is as good at math as I am. So I can see the hamster in there, like counting with his fingers, little hamster fingers. I think hamsters, they have little things. I don't know if they're toes. Hey Pat, it's Midnight Designer, and we are back playing 7 Days today. And in our last episode, we had the disappointing double trader run, and so here we are back at the platform, and we are getting ready to finish installing the floor. Now, somebody had mentioned in the comments, and I keep dropping frames, I may have to restart my machine here momentito, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Somebody had mentioned in the comments section below that what if, whoa, did you see that lagaliciousness? That's no bueno. Somebody mentioned in the comment section below of a previous episode, obviously not this one, because that would require a tremendous amount of foresight. They said, you know, Midnight Designer? And I said, what's that, Pat? And Pat said, you know, what you could do is, instead of having these oud frames up in this piece, what you could do is replace those with the redwood. $25. She must have been one of the better dancers. Replace that with the redwood blocks, right? Ooh, I think I gave him an emergency tracheotomy, but I think it's too late. The patient's already gone, and he is. Look at that. He's gone for sure. Nope, I don't want any of you. He said, why don't you replace it with these redwood blocks? So I made one, right? Because here is what I wanted to test. Let's put oud frame over here. And here's a regular upgraded oud frame here. And here's a redwood block here. So what I did was I put them down and I punched them with my fist. Like so. There. So it's 100 hit points, of which is 1 taken away by my punch, because my punch is lethal to 1. Alright, sorry Pam. Sorry Pam. My punch is lethal to 1. So I went back and got all the flowers that I owned, and in the thought of, well, we could do that, but I made one first. So instead of pot commitness, as you know I want to do, I did science. The problem is that the red blocks are like 300 hit points. Eat, not take. They are 300 hit points as opposed to the 100 for the frames, and then I think 200 for the upgraded wood frame. So we already established that the ODFRs are 100 blocks, 100 if you will, and these are 200 blocks. Look at me, like a boss, punching the blocks. And these are 300 blocks. So I'm thinking, I mean, it would be an interesting look, right? For sure. It would be an interesting look, but I'd need like super way more flowers, and it would triple the strength of these blocks. So we would already increase the unlikelihood, if you will, of collapse by a factor of 3 divided by 2, because there's only half of those would be red. So it would be a factor of times 3 divided by 2, carry the 1. So yeah. So I'm not so sure. I mean, I like the idea, and I even tried like awnings, but awnings are like way not enough. Awnings are like 5 hit points. So this thing would be collapsing, you know, and a couple of these would go and whole sections would go, and that would be just way too much. So I'm thinking that right now we'll just leave it at this, and I'll have a think with my brain. What are hay bales? But hay bales don't stick, do they? They're not sticky. Are they sticky? Let's see. Yeah, hay bales aren't sticky, so hay bales wouldn't work. And I'm trying to think of wheat blocks that any wheat blocks. I mean, I guess we could try like rebar frames. I don't know how much rebar frames are, but then we're not getting the fullness of it all, because that's part of what we'd be going for, is the fullness, the fullness. You see how see with the head cam, you get the flavor, the fullness of it all when I like, boom, I like put it out there on the internet. So I'm thinking that what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of just try to stick with doing it this way, and then upgrade every other one and see what happens. You know, we may get to the first horde night and it may be that that not enough cops throw up or explode, and as a result of that, you know, nothing really happens. Or on the other hand, we may find this floor is way too weak. The whole freaking thing was collapsed by like halfway through the horde, and it was just, and it wound up being that we were fighting the whole horde down there at the bottom the whole time. And so I don't know which way to go, because we haven't had our first test, our first taste. So that's a thing. Something's going on around me in the world, and I don't really know what it is. But anyway, don't let me be distracted from Pat while we're playing. So that's kind of my thought. This whole, I mean, the whole build is an experiment just to see how it'll work. You know, because I got the idea of it from the unintended consequence in Rongo's video of him playing and parts of it falling out unintended style. So this is sort of, you know, one of those things that we've discovered by accident, and then we're going to test it out and see where the threshold of fun and entertainment is. And it may be that the threshold for fun and entertainment is somewhere other than this point in the process. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I think we'll totes get this ready for the day 63 horde. That is not a problem on my front, because really the only things we have left to do, we got to put lighting up in this piece. We've got to stop lagging deliciousness. We have to stop stopping things. We have to build like some fun climbing things, so that like little platforms and stuff that we can jump onto, and the zombies can, and we'll put barbed wire in places, and because we want it to be sort of a fun little adventure area of death, which I may put in the marketing material. And speaking of fun little area of death, what is wrong now? Are you hot? Oh, Midnight Designer, are you hot? Is it a little uncomfortable? It's a dry heat, so it's not a problem. Why are you complaining? It's only 89 degrees. Oh wait, it's 115 degrees. But I got negative shorts. I got negative shorts on, so it's fine. It's dry heat. What was I saying? What? Why you fall down? That was weird. Did I like place it on? I don't even understand why that happened. That makes me. You making me nervous. You're making me very nervous. What frames? Oh, right. I have collected, I believe, all of the things that in the episode I said, hey, what do we call this thing? And y'all gave a bunch of crazy names, and a lot of you used the idea of squirrel. So I will be working on that and combining those and trying to find a name in which everyone wins. So it will be a very large sign. And probably what we'll do is we'll put the sign like interstate signage, either like to the entrance of the town, like here, or maybe what we'll do. I'm even lagging in the map. What? Don't do that. Maybe like put it here and then put a sign over here, because this would be certain death. up in this piece because this is the double rainbow of spawns of hub cities. So we could put a internet sign up here, certain death, internet sign up here, you know, the squirrel platform, blah 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 blah, whatever, extravaganza, fantabuloso, thing like that. So we could call it whatever we call it. We'll have a very big sign, so it'll have a lot of words. It'll have a lot of words on it, and the lag is going to kill me because I'm going to think that I placed something somewhere, and it's going to say no, and then we're going to fall down. And that, I guess we'll at some point we are going to find out if this fall kills us or not. But I'm pretty fit. My wellness is 189, so that's above average. That is above average for wellness. So, but we will definitely, when we fight the day 63 horde, we will definitely have to include splints in our repertoire of essential ingredients to success, along with obviously alcohol, because if you're going to do something like this, as the news reporters would say, alcohol was a factor. So we would not want to make liars out of them. So happy Monday, by the way, if you're watching this on Monday, and if you're not watching this on Monday, happy whatever day you are existing in right now in space and time. See that? See that? It's it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those clutch moments where I'm like, and I fall. So stay tuned for that. Right. So stay tuned for that. Watch me fall. So we'll knock these out and have a little chat. Our little Monday morning action activity. I gotta tell you. Are you sitting down? I hope you're not standing while you're watching this. I can't envision a scenario where that would be pleasant. But if you're at the gym watching this on your tablet or phone, good on you. So, otherwise, sit down. This past week, last week, has been insane. I was not this busy during the campaign. When I was busy, I want to call myself like 5 months ago, when I was all like, oh, I'm so busy, I'm MidnightDesigner, and I'm super busy. And I want to call that guy and say, dude, you don't even know. You don't even know. The Patreon server, I finally got up and running. The live stream that was Saturday. No. The live stream that was Thursday night, which is available on the channel if you want to watch that, check it out. I'll even link it in the description if you to make it that much more easier for you. Now I gotta remember to link it in the description. I'm gonna forget. I'm so terrible at that stuff. Anyway, come on, lag. Work with me. Work with me, not against me. I gotta swim with the tide. Let the tool do the work, Midnight. I don't know how that applies to this. So the Patreon stuff just blew up. I mean, it flat out blew up. I thought, here's the crazy thing, right? This is MidnightDesigner Brain talking to you. MidnightDesigner Brain said, all right, we'll kick off the Patreon, and then we'll do a server for everybody to hang out and have fun and stuff like that. And, we'll start out with a 10-person server. And then what if we need it, we'll upgrade it, right? It's not a big deal. We'll just upgrade. It's not hard. You just give Blue Fang another pile of money, and then they'll say, okay, you can have more slots. Yeah, the server was too small, like almost immediately. So then I'm like, okay, all right, I'll up it to a 20-person server. Surely that'll get us through. Did not. It did not get us through. It did not get us through the first week. I had to upgrade again. So, because right now, like 18 people have already played on the Patreon server since it opened for business Saturday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning, somewhere in there. It's all a blur. It's all a blur. So I was like, oh no, I have to learn how to run a server. Oh, I have to learn how to put more blocks in my bar. I have to learn how to run a server like super fast, because this is now all of a sudden a thing, because it's hard. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, I'm not. Let's be fair. I'm not like laying blacktop or anything. It's not like an actual hardness. It's not, you know, it's Midnight Designer level hard, which is I have to figure things out using a computer. So, you know, but in order to like figure all that stuff out and, you know, get the, oh, am I like, I don't even understand how it must be hitting like somehow there, but with the lag, it like hits there, but up. I don't know. I'm getting piles of wood on the floor. I'm gonna have to sweep after this episode. So I had to get on, and that was the Thursday night video of me trying to get a spawn house built on this thing. And then like make sure that people were teleported to the spawn house when they got onto the server for the first time, so they weren't like caught in the middle of the day whatever horde. Uh-oh. You got something to say? You got something to say? You're interrupting my story time? You interrupted my story time? That's what you get, one hit. Here, keep your sandwich. Keep your sandwich, you filthy animal. So I do all that, right? And I've figured out kind of the server stuff a little bit. And but then it's getting everybody plugged into it. So they sign up. Then I try to get them into the Discord chat, but then everybody's usernames for stuff is different. So I have to figure out who's who on what platform to make sure everybody's getting all the stuff they're supposed to get. And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. It's very hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just, if you're not ready to deal with that amount of stuff all at once, and then trying to do, you know, 14 videos a week and 3 live streams, then you're like, you get a little crazy. You get a little crazy. It gets a little crazy up here. I hear the voices. The voices tell me, don't lose focus on what's important, Midnight Designer. You're a content creator. Don't lose sight of the dream. All right, so I'm trying not to lose sight of the dream and why people are here in the first place. But this week, I have to say, sad to say, the content will be a little lighter. We will have 7 Days to Die. We'll have live streams and probably ARC. But this week at least, that's probably going to be about it. So only 9 videos and 3 live streams, plus 3 live stream rebroadcasts. So, you know, it will be a desert of designer. But that's just to give me time to get my head in the space of being a webmaster and a, you know, all that other stuff that has to get done. But once we're in the flow, then it should sort of handle itself, I think. You know, because, I mean, as far as the server goes, once everybody's up and running, then we're pretty good to go there. I mean, it's not like the fun pimps are cranking out updates or anything. Roasted. So, you know, so once the infrastructure, and that's the hard part, I probably should have completely thought through all the infrastructure stuff, because I'm trying to create it on the fly. And creating infrastructure, that's like trying to build an interstate while you're driving on it. It's very hard. It can be done. You have to be super fast, because they did it in Cars, and Pixar would never lie to us. I think they did it in Cars. I can't remember. Some kind of a... I remember seeing that. I remember that image of an interstate being created and cars driving right behind. That may have been the Roadrunner. Now that I'm thinking about it, it may have been Wile E. Coyote. Maybe only super geniuses can do it. Wile E. Coyote style. Who knows? So this week it'll be a little lighter, and the schedule at heypats.com will reflect that. Oh, and even if you don't want to go to my website, which is fine, there is a link down below of every video, I believe, of the link to the calendar, which will have all the up-to-date information of like when stuff's coming out. So if you want to be in the know, you can just click on that. No commitment necessary. Just look at the calendar and say, oh, that's when that's happening. That's what I do. And I'm pretty good at keeping that up to date. So if you are confused about what's happening in the Midnight Designer world, then you can go there and you can see all the stuff that is and all the stuff that is not. So that is all the news that I have. But yeah, the Patreon stuff blew up, and I was I mean, we hit the first goal during the Tuesday live stream, and I was speechless. And I get speechless like every day now. Every day it continues, and every day I get speechlesser. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to do this like I'm gonna be the first YouTuber to do Let's Plays like silent movie style. But maybe if I am rendered permanently speechless, that's the route we will go. The silent picture era MidnightDesigner, who's in black and white, and there are dialogue cards in between each snippet, because that would not be an editing nightmare. All right, so we're almost done with this, and it's getting dark, and I'm getting speechless. So I'm very excited to try this out. This is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm thinking I want to upgrade that bot. I think, hang on, let me get my bow out so we can zoom. All I want to do is zoom, not shoot. Can I get like over here? Oh, don't lag when I'm doing this. Don't lag at this part, video game. See how there's like one more reinforced cement? I think I may want to go ahead and steal that, make that steel, and maybe even do, if I can reach, like 1 or 2 of these into at least upgraded with scrap iron. So that way, and we may be getting lag because of all of these blocks, right? Because the game for all of these blocks is having to calculate the light and the shadow stuff, because you see how it's all light and shadow in through here, and it's casting, and the light comes through but only a little bit. So the game is trying to calculate all of that as it goes, and I think that, whoa, that was almost it. And I think that my computer is as good at math as I am. So I can see the hamster in there, like counting with his fingers, little hamster fingers. I think hamsters, they have little things. I don't know if they're toes, but they have little things because they grab the water bottle spout thing. So they have some way to grasp so they can count. Soon they will take over the world. But they'll be so cute when they do it. We won't mind. We'll just hand over the keys. Just take it. You're so cute, little hamsters. But at any rate, the hamster running my computer is obviously at breakneck speed, counting on his fingers all the math that's involved with drawing shadows on wood frames. So math is important, kids. Even if you're a hamster. So that may be the issue with the lag here. So that'll be even more interesting when we get to a point where we're also rendering a bunch of zombies at the same time, and there's some of them are the special zombies that lag everything out. So, but at the same time, we may decrease it by a factor when we upgrade all of these, or at least every other one, to the regular wood block from the frame. So hopefully that will be something that takes care of itself a little bit. Who knows? Or maybe we'll just put a big carpet down. That'd be nice. We'll just put down a big carpet. Then we won't have to worry about it. So yes, this thing is 8 by 8. There are 8 of these individual frames separated by metal trussing of 1 wide. So do the math. It's very, very big. That's what she said. That's what she said. So it is a lot of little wood frames to render and figure out shade for. Not that I would want to be throwing shade on any of that. But we are very close. The next part, I was about to say, the next episode is going to be fun. Like, for the three of you who have watched up to this point, take heart. The next episode is going to be fun, because that's when we start trying to figure out, like, okay, what cool stuff can we put in here to, like, keeping the hamster references going, to, like, little things to play with, to crawl in and under and around and over and jump on. Do hamsters do that? I feel like that's something hamsters do. Or goldfish. Don't you put stuff in fish tanks? No, you build hamster, like, little maze fun areas, and you connect them with tubes, and then, you know, they crawl from one place to the other, and they jump. Well, I don't think hamsters, not big jumpers. Not big jumpers, generally, hamsters. But whatever, you know, they have little playlands, and they go there, and they play around in them. They climb through tubes, and they get their treats, and that's fantastic for them and everyone who watches. So awesome. All right, well, we are about out of time for this episode, and we have now a complete floor all the way across this monstrosity to be named later. So that is good. We are one step closer to battling the Day 63 Horde. Fricker. On this thing. And when that time comes, it will be glorious. It will be an extravaganza. So that is something to look forward to. Oh, right. And I have received a lot of comments about my love for the traders, which is relatively non-existent. Many of you were kind of supportive of me. Many were kind of supportive of me. And a couple of people were like, you know, Midnight, you go to the trader and why don't you buy the bullet casings when they're for sale? And then one person, bless him, he says, you subjected us to 3 episodes of looting for brass. You subjected us to 3 episodes of looking for brass. Why wouldn't you buy bullet casings when you're at the trader? Oh, Pat, how you have suffered. It was awesome. It was hysterical. I'm taking it as being funny. That is how I take. And then a couple of you said, can't you just scrap the coins for brass? I haven't, I thought they took that out. I thought you couldn't scrap the coins anymore since they became a piece of the currency of the game. I thought they were pretty untouchable by the crafting, destruction, scrapping system. So I don't know the answer to that. But I have learned. I have been schooled. So I will, whenever we go to the trader, which may not be ever again, because I'm afraid I'm going to do it wrong, I am going to make sure that I buy all the bullet casings that they have. And I will subject you to no more brass collecting episodes. I apologize. All right, this episode's stupid long now, so I'm cutting it off. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to start a conversation, why don't you start one? Where? In the comments section below. Subject me to your comments, Pat. And I will be madly trying to get everything done. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.